Okay, y'all, today's video is sponsored by Stencil, a beautiful farmhouse style stencils, and they are a family-owned business. This is how my package came. We got a little burnishing tool. I got these cute little stencil brushes. Look at these beautiful floral and butterfly prints. Oh my goodness, these are stunning. These are rub-on transfers. They are spring flowers and butterflies. Here's a close-up of these beautiful rub-on transfers. And the other page, we're going to be using these. And by the way, the products that I'm going to be using in this video, so the stencils and the transfers, they're going to be linked for you down below so that if you're interested, you can check those out and maybe even purchase them if that's what you decide to do. Okay, so we're starting this project now. We're jumping on in there. I got some wood boxes. These came from the thrift store, but you can get something like this at Dollar Tree and at any craft store. I'm going to use 3 of those. I have some flowers that are going to match our beautiful rub-on transfers in the background. Good variety, so you can really kind of go at it with the colors and the different types of flowers. So we're going to use some wood glue and some hot glue to put them together. So we have all the pretty sides outward. You can then take a clamp and clamp those together, or hold them or put something heavy on them and turn them sideways. Give them a chance to dry. Then, as usual with these little wood boxes, they're not all the same dimensions. So this one's sticking out just a little bit. It's got kind of a rough edge. I'm just going to take my little emery board here and go over that to make it nice and smooth. I don't want anything to interfere with my transfer when I get that on. So it's nice and flat. I'm going to go over the entire thing so you don't see those sanding marks as much. Now I'm going to choose which of the transfers I want to put down by just feeling here with my hand to see what's going to fit so I can get the most of the picture in there. And I think that this one is going to be the best. So I'm just going to cut it out here to make it a little bit easier to work with. These styles are so on trend. I really, really like the way these look. Beautiful. And you don't have to do farmhouse to use these stencils either. You can use them whatever style that you like and make it your own. Just kind of eyeball it, I guess you could say. And I'm going to put it down on my boxes and then start burnishing it or rubbing it down. Lift it up slowly, and if there's any areas that are still stuck down, just lay that stencil straight back down and just go ahead and burnish over the top of it. Look at the color in this beautiful transfer. It is just popping on that wood. It's just standing out on its own. Is absolutely gorgeous. It looks hand painted. It's just really pretty. Perfect for spring. So now I'm just going to cut bits and pieces off of here to show you that you don't have to use a stencil in its entirety. You don't have to use the whole thing in one spot. Cut it into pieces. You can even mix up your transfers and use different styles and patterns together. You can put wording with, with these pieces if you want to. And you can even combine your stencils and your transfers in one project. I'm going to add a couple more of these beautiful yellow daffodils. It just screams spring to me. And you can get a 10% discount if you use MIMO10 when you go on over there. So now I'm going to sit this butterfly down right in the top of the daffodil. And it's going to look like it was meant to be there, like it came that way. They layer very nicely, nothing lifted up. And the little backing came off smoothly. I didn't lose a leg or an antenna or anything on this beautiful butterfly. Let's add on another butterfly because I'm really just digging, filling up this box with all kinds of goodness. Now, did you see I had to kind of reposition that? Before I pushed it down, I could easily pick it back up and did not lose not one piece of that beautiful butterfly. And y'all please stay tuned because this summer I will be using the sunflower stencils. I use a lot of sunflowers and it is going to be so much fun. Maybe you could grab some and craft along with me. Since these are buildable, you can actually add more onto it. Say I needed a stem, so I just took another piece of a flower and I'm just kind of putting that down there to make the daffodil, rather than looking like it's just floating out in space. I want it to look like it is part of the arrangement that's in the center. Now that flower looks like it is part of it now, like it came that way. I'm going to add a little bit more, so just cutting off a piece of another flower. Put that down on here. And this certainly looks like it could all be one piece, like maybe it even came as one piece. But I think that's the beauty of it. So pretty, so pretty. You could even take one of your stencils and go right over the top of a transfer with your stencil. You could put some wording on there. That would be very nice too. So now we're going to connect that by just cutting off a tiny stem from another piece, and it looks like it belongs. So now let's put some flowers in here. And this is going to be what we put our florals in. This is not going to be a difficult floral arrangement. I'm going to take a little bit of this foam that I have and put it down with a little glue. You can put it together pretty quickly. You can cut your Dollar Tree pieces apart like I've done here. And then this is a thrifted piece. I'm going to start off by adding one to each box of this bigger piece, and then we're going to work around that. So these are going to be our tallest pieces, and we're going to make sure that everything else is a little bit shorter, and we're going to fill it out. I always like to keep in mind that whatever kind of a print, if I'm using a stencil or if it's paint, I want things to coordinate. So I think what you're seeing here is kind of a trend with the purple and yellow in this project. I think that screams out spring. But you can pretty much see when you follow me here what I am doing. By all means, if there is a way that you prefer to do yours, you can certainly do it that way. I'm going to add these little white pieces kind of to the front and continue to add around here and there. I do have some little pieces that look like lavender. Think of how many ways that you could actually use these rub-on transfers, because you can use them on wood, you can use them on paper, you can use them on painted surfaces, and they'll still stick down very well. Now I have a variety of purples. I have some that are a little brighter, a little darker. Some of the flowers are blooming as some of them are going back into the earth for nourishment for the rest of the plants. Pop some yellow, of course, in there. Some little ferny pieces. And then once we have all of these pieces down, we can add in the pink and the cream or yellow colored flowers, the bigger ones. If you don't use glue when you're doing your floral arrangements, you can very easily pull those out and reposition them. I like to do that because as I'm playing around with my projects, oftentimes I'll look at it from all sides like I encourage you to do, and I'll find something that doesn't quite look as balanced as I would like it. So then I can easily pull it out and move it. There's one little spot that needed something extra, and I happened to have a fourth piece of that greenery to add right there. Fluff it all out, look at it from all angles like I say, and make sure that it is exactly how you want it to be. There's no wrong here. Make it how you like it so that it brings you some joy. If you like this project, give it a thumbs up. You can do it. I believe in you. We all have that crafting ability. We just have to nurture it to make it grow. Be sure you check out the links below, and I will see you again very soon.